Today on the channel, the British Bulldog's going to get reviewed whether he wants to or not with the British Bulldog ×3 from Wrestle Feds.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another retro wrestling unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're diving into the Wrestle Feds for the first time, a new retro wrestling toy company out here today with 3 different British Bulldog figures. And if you're looking for these bad boys, you're looking for any of these 3s, hit up toynotion.com or find Wrestle Feds out there on social media. And they were nice enough to send these my way to check these ones out. And you know me, I'm here for a wrestling figure, especially a new toy line of wrestling figures. And you know how we're going to do this review. We're going to do it like all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And these are the first 3 from Wrestle Feds. It looks like Macho Man Randy Savage is next up. They got 3 versions of him. As we see with a lot of toy lines, make multiple versions, get the most out of your molds. We know how it is. Helps with cost. And obviously the Bulldog fans, the Macho Man fans, they're going to get more options or buy all 3. That's what they're going to hope you do end up doing. But we got Davey here today, and we're going to compare him to other retro Davey Boy Smith figures. And you guys know we've had a lot of Davey Boy Smith figures across the board, including in the retro landscape. And we'll compare those later in this video. But let's start with the 91 Bulldog first. Why not? British Bulldog, a favorite of mine when I was a little kid. I always loved the powerhouses. He was just missing some face paint. What if he had face paint? What would it have done to his career? Who knows? But here we are with the first example. Very Hasbro-esque, very nostalgic here. Even the WF for Wrestle Feds almost gives you a quick, you look at it quick, you think it's maybe WWF, so that's pretty good. Usual Hasbro style packaging. We get that from a lot of these retro companies. You even got the showing down here, showing the gimmick, and it actually has the real figure there instead of actual artwork. So that is something I don't think we've seen in the past. It does say Real Wrestling Moments, Davey Boy Smith, British Bulldog, official Wrestle Feds licensed product. And the packaging really does look like this picture here, a Davey Boy, really looks like it's just straight off the Hasbro card back in the day. Obviously it's different, but it just gives you that vibe of the card. And I guess the blue helps with that as well. Got the J hook up there on the top. On the back, got a little bit of cross sell there, always be promoting. So you got the other 3 Bulldogs there. Looks a little empty. I would have done something with this space. I would have moved him maybe to the center or tightened this up or expanded it out something, because it looks like something was forgotten. Or I could see people saying, oh, did they have to cancel somebody at the last moment? Maybe, maybe not. File card down here. We'll read that in a second. Always love a good file card. And a little promotion stuff. Let's give these guys their due. Wrestle Feds, www.toynotion.com. At Wrestle_Feds over there on Instagram. Figure packaging design, Toy Notion. Digital sculptor, Mateus Cabrera. Packaging photo, Tim Roney. And there's 3 versions of Bulldog, as we do know. This is not a toy. Has a QR code on here as well. The British Bulldog, height 5'11", 275 pounds. Origin, Wigan, England. And then he's the greatest British superstar in the history of wrestling, where the original Hasbro figure said something a little bit. He's hoping to be the greatest. So there you go. A little play on that. That is pretty darn cool. But now it's time. Ages 18 and up. I fit the bill. I'm going to get him off the package. Let's see. I was hoping I could pop it off, because you guys know I try to save the packaging best I can. Try to get under there. Going to try to sneak in through the back door if at all possible here. Little cape right there. Can I get it without destroying all the artwork on the card? It's not the easiest, so it is pretty stiff. There we go. See you later. Goodbye. A little cardboard. See you later. Goodbye. I've seen cleaner. I've seen less clean. That's what we got. Almost reminds you of the Hasbro days. That's how all my Hasbro cards looked when I was a kid. Not too shabby. See you later. Goodbye. All right, now we do get the little cape here. You guys know I'm here for cape season all the time. All the time. Big cape season, guys. See you later. Goodbye. Silica packet. Perfect on a baked potato, Todd McFarlane. You sprinkle a little of this on there. You're eating good in the neighborhood like at Chili's. No, nobody likes Chili's. Watch weekly purchases for that. I wouldn't eat the silica packets. There's a disclaimer right there because somebody will. Somebody will. But we do get the nice cape. I guess it's a cape. We got that going on. Soft goods. You know, that is really, really nice here. Does say Bulldog on it. Got the Union Jack flag. Just key British Bulldog. And I believe each one is going to come with that. So you got options. You can put some on, some off. Do whatever you want to do. Choose your own adventure, dare I say. But this is the cape. Says Bulldog. Looking very, very nice. Now, I did talk to Wrestle Feds. Apparently, there's some confusion with this cape. Obviously, very easy. You slide it around the wrists on him. But the one in the middle does go over the head, and the head is removable. Apparently, it is very, very tight, though. And I can say, yeah, it's pretty tight. Oh, my goodness. I might have to heat it up. Might have to have a visit with Mr. Hairdryer is what we might end up having to do. Or I'm just not strong enough. I'm losing. I need to have more protein, drink more protein, something like that. Oh, there it is. All right, so the head came off. It just takes a little bit of work. But then you just slide this bad boy on here, like so. And we pop the head back on. So it's got a nice kind of elastic rubber band over the top. I'm going to pop that head back on there. Oh, it's tight, though. It's still very, very tight. You're going to have to pop it on. Can I get it? Oh, there it is. All right, now we're off to the races here. You just got to work with it. And it's always scary with action figures, especially new action figures you've never had in your collection before. You don't know how far to push it to its limits. You know, that's always the dangerous game there. So you just got to be a little bit careful with these things. Can I get this third and final rubber band on? There we go. It's got a nice stretch to it. And we're going to be off to the races, the old Bulldog races here. Got to straighten out a little bit. I think you might want to put it underneath the hair, so when I pop it back on, I might have to do that. So I'm going to have to play with it a little bit to get it exactly where I want it to sit. But maybe I can just, there we go. I guess I can just do it that way. Lift the hair up from the back. It's not that complicated. And there you go. You got the Bulldog with his cape. You know I'm here for that. A champion of cape season, the Bulldog. Like a young Lando Calrissian from the UK is what he is. But let's dive into this figure a little bit here. Let's take a look at it. We do got Bulldog here with the braids. So iconic, the braids. And it's funny, I don't think he had the braids like terribly long. Maybe a year, maybe even that. But a lot of people, myself included, I picture Davey Boy. I always go to this. Maybe older fans, older than me, they go to the Bulldog era. But I always go to this. This is what it always reminds me of. Love the braids down here. He's got the beads down at the bottom like a young Stevie Wonder once upon a time as well. Looking very good. Nice smiling face of the Bulldog. If somebody handed me this head all day long, I know this is the British Bulldog. There's no mistaking this for anybody else. He does got the bare top here. Got the big forearm guards going on. Obviously the cape there. You get the beads in the back of the hair too. I should mention that. Bulldog or British Bulldog on the front. And you got the white on the boots down here. Looking pretty good. Bulldog on the back. Just a very, very good Bulldog figure. And he's got holes in his feet, so he should fit on a stand. And what do you know? Mattel Ringside Collectible Stand fits right there over there at ringside if you need a stand for him. Perfect right there for the Bulldog. But let's keep on going through these. We'll walk through articulation with one of these two here. We get Bulldog 92. Was it 92 Wembley? 92? I think that's what it was. This is one of his more famous outfits, I would say. Maybe not the most famous for me personally, but for a lot of people. Usual same card art going on. Same exact card art. Got to get the most out of your molds. We know how it goes. But can I get this out of the package? Is there a different way? Is there a different tactic to not tear it up so bad? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm going to go in through the back door again. I just seem to be a backdoor man, I guess is what I am. And that's the way to go, apparently. Apparently. See you later. Goodbye. Cleaner that go around. I'm getting better. I'm getting better, folks. Looking good for the Bulldogs. See you later. Goodbye. We got the same cape going on here. Looks to be the exact same, so I don't need to whip that out, but we'll have it for the glamour shots. But we got Bulldog here. Obviously, got to get the most out of your molds. We know the name of the game. Same head going on here. You do got the bare top. Forearm guards say Bull and Dog. You got the blue and red attack. Bulldog on the Union Jack. BB down there on the white boots. Looking very nice here. No issues with this one. Very clean, and I do love the shine. It's got that Hasbro shine to it. Obviously, it doesn't have the Hasbro effect mechanisms with it, but it has a very nice shine to these figures. Sometimes we see a good shine. Sometimes we see dull figures. We've seen all kind of aspects of the rainbow over the last few years with our retro figures, but these do have a very nice shine. This is a very good, respectable Bulldog. I like these figures a whole lot, so really doing a good job with these ones here. He'll also get a fit on a ringside stand. What do you know? The Bulldog rides on once again. But now we're going to go to the last one and we'll walk through articulation for this last one here. It is Bulldog. It's the paw print. And he left paw prints on my heart once upon a time, right somewhere deep in there. That's what the Bulldog did. He's got the paw prints on the forearm. I believe that was an Intercontinental title shoot. I don't think he actually wore it in a match, I don't think. But it was part of the title shoot or title photo shoot. There you go. They're looking good. Uniform packaging. Same back on this one, so we know we're getting ourselves into. And I guess we're going through the bottom. We're going through the back door. We're going to do it again. Can I get better each time? I don't know. This one might fight me a little bit more. Oh, there it is. There it is. We're getting there. Oh, it's hard times, folks. See you later. Goodbye. It's all right. See you later. Goodbye. All right. Getting down to business. Once again, you get the cape. Cape on, cape off. Choose your own adventure. Got that beautiful shine to him. Got those beautiful paw prints on our heart there. And then you got the paw prints on the back of the tights as well. Bulldog. Looking good. Same head once again. Same white boots. Got BB on the side of the boots. So we're reusing with kindness between these figures here. Just a little bit different paint jobs with this. But cool enough. It makes sense. I understand it. Get the most out of your molds. Walk through articulation. We saw the head is removable. Something we don't see in a lot of retro figures. He can look down, side to side, back and forth, up and down. A little bit limited by that hair. But it's a different neck mechanism than our traditional retro figures we usually get. Arms very tight. Arms go all the way around for us there. No wrists, no hands there. We do see that time or two with the retros. Waist articulation. No waist on this bad boy. Oh yeah, I think there's waist in here. It's just extremely tight. These arms are very tight too. There we go. Very tight, but I'd rather have it tight than loose. That's what I always say. Well, maybe not waist articulation. I thought there was. I can see the seam there where it connects, but it might not turn. I don't want to test my luck. Oh yeah, okay, that one's just tight. So they do move at the waist here. You just got to break through. A little hair dryer doesn't hurt. I don't know about water. I guess there's no mechanics inside here. So you could put it in water if you wanted to. But this one, extremely tight at the waist. But they do move at the waist, not this one. Just going to have to heat it up. You do get boot articulation too on this. We don't see that with a lot of retro. So you get boot articulation, waist articulation, arm articulation, head removable, head articulation. So pretty good articulation on these figures here. And he should also fit. What's it say on the bottom of the shoe here? Made in China. Watch out. No Vietnam with these ones here. It is China for this one. So we got 3 Bulldogs. I don't know if we need any more Bulldogs. And it looks like WrestleFeds understands that. They're coming out with Macho Man Randy Savage next. So anxiously anticipating them. There's a lot of Macho collectors. We do know that. And both those figures, all 3 of those figures, actually look really good. Gotta say, very pleasantly surprised. You never know when a new wrestling figure company, and there's a lot of wrestling figure companies, throw their hats in the bucket there. This one worked out pretty good. This is a nice one, a nice shine, nice articulation. And we've had a lot of Bulldogs, and I will say these do stand out as being different. And that's hard to do when you have a lot of one character. These definitely stand on their own. So kudos to the WrestleFeds team. I do got Bulldog here. This is the one Hasbro I need to replace in my collection. He's just not 100% to my liking in the paint application up on the forehead. But we got the one that brought us to the dance from Hasbro once upon a time. And why not the one from Mattel? This is kind of the forgotten retro figure. It's the British Bulldog from Mattel. We also, once upon a time, had Epic Toys, part of that 2-pack with the British Bulldog. Love that 2-pack, or with Dynamite Kid, more like it. Love that 2-pack a whole lot. And then we go over to Grapplers and Gimmicks, who were not messing around a year, 2 years ago. What is time with their Bulldog figures? We got 4 different British Bulldogs once upon a time from Grapplers and Gimmicks. Really just depends what you're looking for here in the Bulldogs. But man, can you believe that's a murder's row of Bulldog figures? 3, 6, 9, 10. Do we dare do a retro British Bulldog top 10 countdown? I don't know. Maybe someday. Maybe we get real desperate, Todd McFarlane. We'll have to play that off. Write it down, though. Put it in the notebook. We might end up doing it. We'll see. But a lot of retro Bulldogs. But I got to say, these are 3 of the best ones. Now, I don't think everybody's going to buy 3 of them. Pick the one you like best. But a lot of fun. A lot of fun with these figures. And definitely blew away my expectation. You can't ask for much more than that. I wouldn't say my expectations were low, but I didn't think it would be as good as it is. So that is nice. Always constant learning, constant improvement. I can only imagine where Macho Man goes from this point here. So kudos to the WrestleFeds team. I'm here for these Bulldogs. I'm not one that desperately needs all 3 of these ones, I don't think. If I had to choose my favorite, I'll probably go the OG Wembley one just because of the significance. But comes down to a personal opinion. I also like the paw print one because it's totally different. We've never seen anything like it before in figs. So is what it is. But let me know your favorite in the bottom in the comments. What's your favorite of the three? You picking any of these ones up? Let me know your thoughts. Maybe you're going to grab the Macho Man. Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. You guys know there's a lot of content to keep you busy. Appreciate all the support over there. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which also name my podcast, Kyle Peterson Show, available every Tuesday where podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for WrestleFeds, British Bulldog ×3, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?